because they did not get anything done on Cash. So if they get a rough start here on Inferno, where it's almost harder to get T rounds, where it's quite a bit harder to get T rounds, it's going to be a real struggle for the North American team. And they just happen to be walking into a very standard setup for Titan as far as Titan are concerned. They tend to go for 3 on B early on until they get some kind of info. They'll play retake otherwise, and it is looking like it might have to shape up into a retake situation here because Cloud9, they've got a flash and a smoke, and they're looking like they want to go A.
Yeah, going A. It's going to end up being 5 versus 2 because only 2 of these Titan players are here on this bomb site. Kenny S holding Arch. He now knows that they're going to be coming, and the call comes in, the rotation comes in. Maniac, you know what? He's going to show himself, and he's spraying and praying with that USP, trying to get the kill. Kenny S, great headshot. Maniac spots the bomb going down, can't stop it from being planted, but great play from Maniac. Maybe 2 months ago, we may not have been able to see Maniac do something like that.
Yeah, that was so sick on so many levels. Big plays from him. He nearly stopped that bomb from being planted. That would have been lights out right there for Cloud9. In the meantime, Cloud9 are getting brutalized right here. Apex manages to overwhelm nothing, so that's one of the low players down. Freakazoid down to 22 HP, and Skadoodle in the pit as well. Existence hunts down Freak, and it's going to be Skadoodle. He faces a wall of guns, however, and he is not going to make it out in one piece. Kenny will have the kit, and they're not going to have the time. I'm amazed. They are not going to have the time. They don't actually pull it off. Cloud9, split second, actually managed to buy enough time to keep them off of that bomb. That's a massive gaffe by Titan. The fact that they had 3 players alive, how was Kenny not on that bomb earlier?
So unlucky as well. It was such a solid retake. Maniac, again, considering that Titan stacked the B bomb site, and he's trying to buy time for his teammates to rotate in, the fact that he got 2 out of the 5 incoming players was really, really, really good. But unfortunately, the bomb was planted really early, and it did go off in the end, so it is going to be a round to Cloud9. They're going to buy these submachine guns, of course. And Titan, on the other hand, they've invested into this as well. RPK with the shotgun. And I think one of his teammates must have dropped that for him, and Kenny, perhaps.
RPK, yeah, he's got the shotty. Let's see if he gets anything done with it. I mean, trying to hold up close on Arch. If they go for the wraparound Cloud9, they're going to be in for a bit of a rude awakening here. But Cloud9 are playing this they're playing this very well right now. Patient, measured, that's all they need to do. They get control of top banana. Actually, I'm curious, did they go so far as to get control of car? Did they clear out sandbags? Excuse me.
I'm not sure. I don't think I saw them clear out sandbags, but they are going to leave a few people on banana with the bomb, which is probably where they're going to be heading. 2 people going around Arch as well, heading towards Maniac, so they're probably going to try and split towards this B bomb site. And yep, there we go. The submachine guns win over the pistols. Nothing, just trying to spot over the smoke, see if we can see something. Sean Gares with the headshot as well. And once these players run in, they're going to have Existence and RPK to deal with.
Molotov is going down as well into oranges. Apex might get toasty. He's got 37 HP and the bomb at his feet, and they will rush him down eventually. Actually, that was a team kill on his Skadoodle as well. That Molotov, it wasn't Apex that got the kill. The final tick actually did it, and Skadoodle gets roasted by his own teammate. Horrible. What a horrible fate. Friendly fire. Literally.
So we'll see what decision Cloud9 make. Obviously, Freakazoid going for that AK-47. He's got to be careful not to lose it, though, and give it to one of the CTs, because especially if it's in the hands of someone like Apex or RPK, it could come back to haunt Cloud9.
So far, everything going according to plan for Cloud9, though. Gotta say, this is the start they were looking for. They managed to survive the second round bye from Titan. They suffered some losses, but it's not the end of the world. I think as far as Cloud9 are concerned, they just need to get rounds on the board. They just need to get some confidence, some wind beneath their wings. You know, the Freedom Bird has to spread its wings right now, and it's got to learn how to fly. They just, well, you know, they took a beating on Cash, but there was just a crack in the shell. Well, Cloud9 are fighting to break out of that shell right now.
Let's see if the Freedom Bird is going to fly. There's Bomb heading towards the A bomb site. The mass majority of the Cloud9 players, in fact, heading towards A. And you know what? The only line of defense here on this A bomb site is going to be Maniac with just a USP. So Cloud9 should be able to relatively easily overpower him. He stood on this balcony, just waiting for the Americans to make their way in. Molotov going into pit, and Titan is soon going to have to rotate. They'll know now.
Yeah, the bomb gets planted by the time Maniac figures it out, and there it is. The rotation is going to come through. Existence does manage to get over here fairly quickly, and he's going to stop that man behind default plant, essentially. Gets caught by Nothing, but then Nothing could get caught by Apex in turn, and that's exactly what's going to happen. That P250 up close, dealing far too much damage. 3-on-3 scenario now, and RPK just clicking away, but Skadoodle's going to be able to take his face off, and it's going to come down to Kenny S and Apex, the deadly duo. P250's in hand, and we'll see if they can actually pick something up here. They've got that UMP as well now on Kenny. He doesn't need it. Snaps out, and there's the 3 kills. Are you kidding me? They actually managed to do it. They don't have time to get the defuse, but they might very well live, and they will. Apex lives with an AK. And Kenny lives at the UMP. Still, massive damage dealt to the Cloud9 lineup there as far as the money is concerned.
Yeah, they lost so many weapons, but hey, they're going to rebuy up now. They've still got a lot of money because they have planted the bomb a few times. But Freakazoid now. Yep, there's the AK-47. I was worried for a second, but here we go. Apex heading towards B alongside his comrade in Existence to prevent any pushes coming towards there. Meanwhile, Cloud9 looks like they're going to try and get up there fast. They don't know that Kenny S is open mid, and if they can get control of Upper Banana here, we could see smokes go towards Coils and CT Spawn and a quick execution towards the bomb site.
Oh, I love this. Time for the sneak play. Can they make it work? Yes, they can. Cloud9 walk forward, pick up 2 kills. Double entry frag onto that B site, and Titan, the rest of them, stay put. You still have Sean Garris out and hunting right now, and he's going to be closing in on this. We'll see if he can actually get the information as to the disposition of the forces here for Titan, because there's nobody on that B site. Maniac turns away. Free kill there for Sean Garris. Now the rest of them, RPK and Kenny S, hold up in pit. Strong position here. Cloud9 still have some money in the bank, though. I think that they should at least be sending a couple of people out to scout. Start figuring this out. And Freakazoid, he's moving into CT. Nothing. Bottom banana. Okay, then. We might see them start to close in on this. As soon as they spot Kenny, they should know.
They should. We've got Sean Gares making his way in from apps, and one person from library. Freakazoid, he's made a lot of noise. Kenny knows he's in and around that area. And well, Sean dropped down, but RPK got the frag. So he is going to have to rebuy that AK-47. It's unfortunate because Cloud9 was so hungry to try and prevent Titan, particularly Kenny S, from saving his magic stick, but it's not going to happen. And here we are in Inferno, Cloud9, 4 rounds up on the T side, and they've got a lot of money in the bank. They've looked solid so far.
Total reversal here. Fantastic, and now they go for the aggression. Out and out, straight up onto that B site. They get control of top banana. And the Molotov goes down to buy some time here. There's still plenty of nades, plenty of gear for Titan. They did skimp a little bit somewhat. I mean, Kenny had the money to drop a FAMAS, so Existence will have a rifle to play with here on the B site, as well as Apex with his M4. But we can see Maniac with that 5.7. Still, not the end of the world. Second Molotov and the double roast. Apex, Existence, tag teaming it. But then the Molotovs come out here onto the B site, and Apex taking some damage. Good anti-flash, though, to slow things down. He will get caught out in the open by nothing, however, and that opens up this B site. Incredible. Cloud9, another round where they're able to walk onto the site and just completely eliminate the defense.
Yeah, and the issue here is Maniac only has a 5.7 to work with. Kenny has climbed up to the top there. He's trying to spot if there's anyone hiding in the back of ruins. RPK is definitely going to find someone here on Banana, but Kenny is working wild, pushing through CT spawn. Knows there's someone in dark spot, and now it's Sean versus Kenny. And Kenny looking to get the shot off. He's going to put the defuse down, but unfortunately he just does not have enough time. But he does pick up a kit. Sean Gaz is spraying and praying, but he's not going to be able to get it. And just in the nick of time, Cloud9 just about salvaged the round.
Ed, why are we looking at RPK? We should be looking at Sean or Kenny there. Man, I can't believe it. He gets the Glock. That's another split second, and this time it goes Cloud9's way. The last time on Cash, Titan managed to get it just in the literal nick of time. Now Cloud9, it goes their way. They get the lucky break. They get 5 rounds on the board. It's going to be 3 FAMASs, an M4, and an AWP for Titan, so they still have a little bit of money to buy. But this is it. Cloud9, they could be right on the edge of running away with this. If they win this round, Titan are going to be in the dumps.
They are, and like we saw on the pistol round, only 2 players defending for Titan here on the A-bomb site. Cloud9, it looks like they're going to go around Arch. The question now is, are they going to wrap around this A-bomb site, take Library and Arch control, and then head towards the bomb site, or are they going to try and push towards CT spawn and go on to B? But RPK has other ideas. Headshot coming in with the FAMAS. He knows that nothing is on quad as well. There's Maniac on the top, who's dealt a heck of a load of damage onto these incoming players. And Cloud9, they're a man down, and Freak and Skadoodle are bleeding.
Yeah, this is the power right now of Maniac's position, but he gets shot down here. He could get hunted, and he will. Nothing, just relentless in his pursuit. Now, 3-on-3. Smoke is down and nothing. Don't mess up the jumper. That's going to be a painful mistake. Waiting in graveyard, and this is not a decent position to be in. He manages to drop back behind the pillar, and they're just about buying time at this point. Existence roasts Skadoodle, but then the crossfire could be set up. Freakazoid takes one with him, and it's going to be Freakazoid. Not long for this world. Apex will close in on him, but they don't have a kit. And, well, This is going to be yet another close one, but they'll have it.
Just about.
Wow, how many close defuses do we have to go through here? My heart can't take it, Freak.
Cloud9, more than enough money to buy. Nothing, most likely drop an AK-47 for Skadoodle. And again, we mentioned that this Cloud9 lineup is pretty premature. They've not been together for too long. Obviously, the core in Sean, Nothing, and Shroud have been, but Skadoodle brought in from the rest of the NA scene as a free agent. Of course, he played under iBuyPower. And the other pickup is Freakazoid, someone who they played with back in Complexity. And so far, they've looked brilliant on this map.
That they have. I mean, things have definitely gone their way, and look at how close it has to be, basically, for Titan to win a round. I mean, you couldn't get much closer than that. Titan, 1 round on the board now on their CT side of Inferno. 5 rounds for Cloud9, and still some breathing room here. These have been very close rounds through and through, however, so they don't have fat stacks of cash right now, Cloud9. So their backs are a bit to the wall, but the same could be said for Titan. Only 2 players surviving that last round. They might have been able to drop a little bit, again, existence with the FAMAS, but that means that they're very low on funds, so this is it. A key round in this first half. Cloud9, they have the chance to just completely obliterate Titan right here. Titan, they have a shot to actually get some control back in this half and start their way back into a favorable finish.
Yeah, Cloud9, they first started off the round by heading towards Banana, where Titan was stacking with 3 players, and now they've had a change of mind. They're perhaps looking for an entry. They're not going to get it. Titan have rotated the extra man now back round to A, and it's going to be even more difficult because Maniac's going to get the first frag for the defense. They know he's in pit. Skadoodle with the headshot, with the AK that was, of course, dropped for him. Smoke's going out. This will allow the plant to go down. And let's see what after plant positions Cloud9 are going to take.
Where are they going to be able to get into now? 10 seconds left. They need to get that bomb down now. And they pull off of it. 3 seconds. They have 2 now. They need to get this bomb planted. It needs to happen. They just barely manage it. But Shroud, this cost them. Shroud is now the only man alive. He's up on balcony. He gets 2 kills. He's still alive. This is so key. But that bomb, it's not ideal. It is definitely not ideal for him. He's just trying to bait it, and that's just perfect play there by Kenny. So low HP on Shroud. It was such a difficult position for him to be in there as far as taking that fight, and Kenny played it perfectly.
Yeah, we saw the sigh of relief there from RPK at the end of that round, and honestly speaking, Titan, they can't really afford to give Cloud9 more than 1 round, and if it is 9-6, that's still a heck of a lot, so you'd expect them to win their second half pistol to keep their feet in front.
I almost want to see a full force buy coming out of Cloud9 though. Like they again, look at it. It comes down to a 1v1. Titan are still broke. They could still just break them right here, and with that bomb plant, they would have ample funds. I mean, they could at least go up to some Galil, some Tech9s, try and get a mix going, right? But they're going for a bit of a halvesy approach here, so they do have some Kevlar bought up, few smokes to go with, and a single flash on Ska, so we'll see when they decide to use it. Great job there by Shroud, getting the drop on Maniac. That's going to open up this defense on the A site. RPK falling back into pit. This is it, the last line. He needs to hold, and he spots out the man, gets the spray. RPK cleaning it up.
But not cleaning up enough. Freakazoid with the Tech9 onto RPK. Apex now quick on the rotation from Banana, and he's got to try and sniff out where these Americans are. He spotted one going into Graveyard. Nade goes out, but that nade's going to miss. But Sean is going to creep round behind Apex with a Tech9, but no, he can't get the kill. He can't capitalize on the position. He knows there's someone else in pit as well. It's a good crossfire that Cloud9 have going, and it will now leave the Titan in-game leader in a very, very tough situation. And there it is, round number 6 for Cloud9.
They've done it. They've broken the cap and off of a mixed buy as well, so this is going to be terrific. They'll have all the money they need to full buy. Whatever they want, they can have. Ska, you want an AWP? You should get it, but he's going to stick with that M4 that he managed to save. The issue here is for Titan. Like I said, so low on money. All these rounds down to clutch situations. They just never had the bank, and so they lose 1 round. They're right back to the drawing board. It's going to be 2 P250s, 3 P250s, and 2 USPs here for the French-Belgium-Swiss mix.
Apex hoping that there is going to be someone coming his way, but Cloud9 read him like an open book. Molotov goes out, and it's now pushed him all the way back onto this B bomb site. It's going to be a very passive hold, and by the looks of things, Titan, are they going to go for a stack, or are they just putting 2 players in CT spawn to be quick on the rotation between the 2 bomb sites?
As far as I'm concerned, this is a stack. I mean, 4 guys on this side of the map, right? 1 guy holding in CT, 2 in construction. This could be interesting. Cloud9, they're moving with that bomb further and further up Banana. They've had success on Banana as well, so this could work. They could walk right into the trap here. Maniac lying low. The P250's ready and waiting. Kenny with the USP, but he's still lethal with it. And here we go. The push begins. RPK takes out Shongares. That was the lurker. All 4 players here, 4 Titan gathered up, and they're just waiting so patiently. They're drawing Cloud9 into this site. Second boxes get picked up, but Apex gets the headshot, and it's going to come down to Freakazoid, tracking down that man in the smoke. It is not going to happen, though. Kenny takes one, but it's just this tit-for-tat battle, and Titan, they do it. The trap works perfectly.
It does, and Titan, again, they need 9 rounds here to at least go into the second half with a somewhat of an acceptable scoreline on the CT side. Again, this is the Titan that we were speaking about, saying they're so strong on the Inferno. RPK, Existence, and Kenny S back from their CS Source days, even when they were a part of Very Games. In particular, Existence and RPK, this was the map that everyone used to fear them on. But unfortunately for them, this ain't CS Source, this is CS Global Offensive, and Cloud9 here, this is a mixed buy coming out. Sean and Shroud with just Tech 9s. So they are lacking a bit of firepower, but fortunately for them, they do have 6 rounds so far.
They've passed the cap, essentially. Now, anything past this point is gravy. So if they can get up to 7, even 8, it's still absolutely possible. Titan, like, I mean, it's still very low on the money for Titan. They are playing with their backs to the wall. A successful gamble in the last round. But Cloud9, they're not willing to give up. They know that this is still a situation that they can win in here. 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, a bunch of nades. This is perfectly feasible for them to walk onto a site with this kind of gear. And Titan again, stacking the A site. They do keep 3 players at bottom mid. Cloud9 just waiting for that smoke to clear, however. So it's about to get a little bit hectic over there for Existence. Nice peek there by Shroud. Apex, however, will take out his teammate Sean Gare. So Sean serving as the bait, essentially. Shroud not able to really do anything behind that, however. Fresh smoke goes down on Banana, but look at this push coming straight through. They're just going to barrel onto the site. Freakazoid is feeling it. He felt that. Gets smacked in the face immediately. Existence not having any of that. They managed to sneak their way through, and nothing will take out Kenny. But this is definitely going to be Apex holding up close and just slapping nothing down. Shroud and Skadoodle, the last 2 alive. They've got AKs, but they've only got 16 seconds to get this bomb plant down, and Existence still alive back here, playing his position perfectly. This is how it's done. Textbook play. Existence stays alive the entire time. 4 members survive for Titan, and that was a masterclass.
Yeah, it really was, from a man with so much experience under his belt, and that contributed as well. A lot of players in that situation may have gotten frag hungry, maybe over-peaked, but instead Existence, he just twisted and turned around the quad at the back of the bomb site, made sure Cloud9 couldn't kill him, and made sure that clock was run down, and run down it did. Kenny S now with the AWP trying to get the pick at mid. Unfortunately, just missing. But Cloud9, we've got Shroud on the Deagle and a few P250s. Let's see what they can pull out the back.
Yeah, it's going to be just a bit of a run and gun, essentially. They're going to try and split up on A, it looks like. They do bait out the shot from Kenny, but now they've given him enough time to reset, and there we go. The pain train, true, is leaving the station. Kenny with 2. Can he get a 3rd? He expects the walk around, cleans that up. Very nifty work there. Kenny forward? No, he does get overwhelmed. So not going full JW there. Missing out a little bit, and Shroud not able to get anything done. Apex closes off that angle very nicely, and they can save the AWP for Kenny. So that's the important bit.
Yeah, the pain train, and Kenny S was the conductor. So 5-6 now. Titan money is looking good. It's looking okay. Existence on over 6k, Maniac on over 7, and Cloud9, of course. The last round was an eco. They now have enough money to buy, but they are a bit low here on grenades, Semler. They've got a heck of a load of smokes, though, and as we know, smokes are so crucial to get the entry onto both bomb sites here on Inferno. You want to hit the A bomb site, make sure you smoke arch, make sure you smoke pit so that you can cover potential areas where CTs might be hiding. If you're going towards B, smoke CT, smoke coils, and let's see whether Cloud9 opt to go to B. But the bomb's on A. Or at least towards A.
That's the awkward bit, isn't it?
Could see a fake towards B, then the players quickly rotate round towards A. But Kenny, all eyes on mid. He's watching to make sure no Cloud9 players can come from second mid, but I think he may have heard someone just to the right towards bench.
And that's essentially going to cause him basically to fall back, and this is it. He starts to realize as he glances at the clock, it's all on time and essentially a feel, basically. He knows that, okay, maybe they can come from bottom mid, second mid in this position, but now they might be gathering up, and I don't want to be too close. I need to be able to get off a couple of shots before I get rushed down. And he's just going to start falling back. But there we go. Rotation comes out, and this bait, it's working perfectly. Kenny, there's the moment's hesitation. So he hasn't fully committed to going to the B site because his teammates are essentially telling him, wait, we saw the smoke, but we haven't seen anybody yet. Don't over-rotate now. And that's actually nothing, just making noise over there. That's going to be the short push. That bomb is there. And now the full rotation is going to come out from Titan. The brunt of the force is going to be moving in. But 3 players survive for Cloud9. And they've got 10 seconds left to get this bomb plant. Maniac stops that plant from happening. And Kenny hits the shot onto Sean Gares. 4 seconds left. He can't find the bomb. Skadoodle cannot win the round. And now it's all about staying alive, Scott. You better run your little feet off. And he just barely makes it into apartments in time. Holds on to that AWP. But it is so close now between these two teams. This is what we wanted. Unlike Cash, where it was really just one-sided for Titan, Inferno, we're getting a show here. 6-6 the score now. Very even match.
Yeah, and that shot from Kenny S, that was what did it. The bomb got lost. Skadoodle couldn't pick it up. And again, fine margins is what Counter-Strike comes down to a lot of the time. And we could very well see a battle of the AWPers. Skadoodle is playing with the glass cannon AWP, and they're most likely going to push up to the top of Banana here. Just wait for the Molotov to disappear, and then see if Skadoodle can get maybe an entry onto either Apex or Existence, and then the rest of the troops will rush in.
We see the pop flashes, but as that smoke blooms, Existence spots Skadoodle, so that's the AWP down. Nothing is able to recover it, but the primary AWPer, and then the secondary AWPer, both of them get picked off, and that is also routine. It's so risky, right? Versus Titan in particular. It's very risky to stand up on the cart when the smoke is down because Apex, that's become a tendency of his. He will just put some random shots through at different times, and it just so happens that this time nothing is standing in the way. Defense is very refined now for Titan. So 2-man advantage now going into this. They don't lose the AWP, so Sean Gares now has a gun to play with, but he needs to hit an incredible shot here versus RPK. Is he going to manage it? He will not. Sean Gares gets dropped, and RPK just cleaning house. Perfect defense all across the board.
Yep, just like RPK of old, and stepping it up there that round. And Cloud9, we need to bear in mind that it wasn't a very strong buy coming out from them. Skadoodle's going to find himself a little bit low because of that glass cannon buy that he went for, and he's just going to settle with a Tech 9, but he's still got armor, and he's still got a heck of a load of nades. So for example, if Freakazoid can get an entry, maybe drop his AK and pick up an M4 instead, and vice versa, then it wouldn't be too shabby for Cloud9. And they've upped the tempo here. They're going straight out towards mid. They're running towards RPK. Bomb has been spotted. There is the double. He may very well make it a hat-trick. Maniac, though, knows there's someone in apps, and it's all kicking off here on A.
Yeah, this is flawless. Look at that. RPK with the double hold. He calls for the 3rd man as well. Apex is there to cover him even when he gets caught out, and then Maniac and Kenny just tag teaming. Just flawless. I mean, that's Cloud9. It's not per se an act of desperation. It's just them really just trying to change up the pace. You want to throw a curveball like that every once in a while. You need to just try and see if you can't change up the timing. So maybe you catch Titan out of position. Maybe you lull them into thinking, well, we've got 10 seconds before I have to start worrying about this angle in particular. That's Cloud9 just trying to completely pull a fast one on them. Cloud9 still able to push up here fairly quickly, though, and they do actually get a pretty healthy buy, all things considered. Although they run through the Molotov, and Freakazoid and Sean Gares are both very low.
Maybe they mistimed it there, and Apex, burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno onto Freakazoid. 4 versus 3. Nothing. Shroud and Skadoodle to try and at least get a bomb plant here on the B bomb site. But again, Skadoodle solo on HP, 12 HP, just one shot to the chest would probably see him hit the floor here. Kenny S trying to get a kill through the smoke. That Molotov could distract the planter quite a lot, and down goes Skadoodle.
Nicely done there by Existence, just playing his position correctly. RPK is there as well. This is a 2-on-4 retake, and they are going to manage it. Nothing does start off strong here, taking out RPK, but then it's still the Triangle of Doom slowly closing in. There's the shot from Existence, spots the man out. Tag team duo. Maniac comes in, and it's going to be the knife attempt? No way. Shot from Existence. He's not messing around. He's got a kit, and they have plenty of time for the defuse. Titan, all things, after such a rough start, they still managed to come back and make this 9-6. That's a huge save for them, considering at the beginning of this half, they weren't even in the game.
And look at how many rounds they won consecutively, and that just goes to show, you mentioned this to me yesterday, how Titan are one of those teams where once they can get a few rounds in a row, build that little bit of confidence, and that's when they'll be at their most effective. And
well, look at Apex. Apex is like the key, he's like the barometer of Titan, essentially. If Apex is messing people up, that's when you know all of a sudden, hey, okay, things are looking pretty good, because he is that confidence man. He needs that strong start. He needs to get frags on the board to start really, because it's just kind of like a boulder rolling downhill. You know, if you give him a bit of a nudge, He'll start flattening buildings and people left and right. Exactly. So there you go. Titan, this time around now, they managed to stabilize. And we go into the T side. And again, Titan not really changing anything up. They go full Kevlar. This has become their calling card. This has become their standard play in pistols on T side. They just want to go for the brute force run and gun approach.
And as we said earlier, this pistol round could be crucial for Titan. It will create such a large gap between the two teams, but if Cloud9 win it, then you'd expect them to win 3 in a row and tie things up at 9-9, and then this game could very well get hot and spicy. And let's see at this CT setup, it's going to be 2 Cloud9 players holding this quad area. In fact, it's going to be Shroud on quad all by himself, and 1 player in apps. He's got to fall back, and they're going to set up this crossfire here, Samler, and wait for Titan to make their way in, but they're taking their time.
The key man here is nothing. If they decide to push up Arch with that bomb, nothing is going to have to stay alive. He's going to have to hit some shots. But unfortunately for him, he's backing up Speedway. This is a timing thing, essentially. He's not sure. They're trying to make a bit of a gamble at this point as to where Titan are going to go. They have no idea. They have no information. Now they hear the steps, and now it's too late. Nothing is out of position. It comes down to Skadoodle, and it comes down to Shroud. And let me just, Skadoodle, check. Shroud, check. Nothing. We're waiting for it. I mean, now this is impossible. 3v5 retake. They need to hit godlike shots, essentially, and we'll see if they can manage it here, Cloud9.
Well, let's see if they can, and that was godlike from nothing, but it's just not enough to salvage the round for them. Apex says, anything you can do, nothing, I can do better. And there was the all-important pistol round I was talking about. Titan, they're going to buy these submachine guns. Cloud9, very, very low on cash because they barely got any frags here, so they're going to be on this eco round. And Titan, again, they've got so many nades, you'd expect them to win this round easily. And at the end of these first 3, most likely find themselves at 12-6.
And this is going to be just ideal for Titan. Look at this. Full SMGs, 4 MP7s, a MAC-10, and versus Kevlar free targets. I mean, this could be outright destruction right here. Do they decide to push onto A side? I want to see them run into a stack at this point and just completely maul it. That's also a lot of money. I mean, it's such a minimal investment for Titan, but the return could be big right here for a few of these players. We'll see if they can manage it. That's just to make it perfectly clear, the pistol round is just so important with the first half, second half. You started off because of these sorts of situations. One team will then have the money to buy up more expensive guns. The other team will be stuck on pistols or a combination of pistol armor. Still a weaker buy, all things considered. So the fact that Cloud9, when they're already behind mentally, they need to get a strong start in the second half. They lose that pistol. This is going to do nothing but build Titan's confidence because they're running up there with SMGs versus Kevlar-less targets. So when you have no Kevlar, whenever you get hit in your body or your head, you're just going to go. Your aim is going to go all over the place. That's the point. And so that's just a feel-good round for Titan. You can, it's just like just nice music going on, nodding their head, laughing along, cleaning up.
And again, that's what we were talking about. Cloud9, they're still stuck to the pistols, and like you said, this can play such a factor mentally and physically as well. This game drags on, and the problem here really is just up against these submachine guns, especially after they buffed them. Is what can Cloud9 possibly do? Sometimes in a situation like this, you see them perhaps try and stack a bomb site like Titan did.
Well, like they're doing here, right? They're going to put 4 on B. They had 4 on A last round, though, and that was still just a complete and utter mauling. So here, 4 people on the B site, and Titan are just methodically clearing out the apartments. They got Maniac to push all the way up to top Banana. That gave them the control there. It's methodical, really. It's Titan. They're just like systematically taking control of certain portions of the map that will allow them to execute onto the site that they wish to go to. And here we go. They manage to get to top T. They clear out apartments. They're going to go A, and they find Shroud, the only man alive there on that site for Cloud9. So it really doesn't get any easier than this for Titan. I mean, they're just playing by the books. It's really nothing special. The one thing that you do notice there is that Maniac, or Titan in general, sometimes Apex, sometimes Maniac, they go up to top Banana, and they do have a tendency to throw that Molotov. It clears out that angle by cart, basically, where a CT can be trying to play safe with the shoulder peaks just to see if anybody's coming up Banana. That one Molotov makes it so that guy either has to commit to the fight or back off, but it makes it so much easier for the terrorist to walk up there and get control. And that's control of top Banana is so important just because that allows you to set up with your nades, your smokes, your flashes to take that site later on.
Yeah, one significant
thing.
Wow,
they're actually fighting back in this round, though. Look at that.
One significant thing for Titan in that last round, even though they lost a lot of men, they stuck together as one unit, knowing that if they are going to come up against these pistols, they're all stuck together. They can quickly return the frag, prevent any of the CTs picking up some of those submachine guns and use them against them. And AK's now coming out. Existence, interestingly enough, sticking with the submachine gun, Semler, whilst Cloud9, 4 M4s and an AWP for Skadoodle.
Yeah, he's sticking to the submachine gun, but for a second there, I mean, he's basically running around with the Tech 9, and the Tech 9 is almost the stronger option in this situation. Up close, go for the MP7, and this could be it. There's the pop flash. Freakazoid just goes charging through the Molotov, and that's the big punish. That is the costly mistake. Well, it's a gamble, not so much a mistake. It's just a gamble that he's taking, and that time around, he comes up blank. And that's definitely going to set Cloud9 back mentally as well. They need these rounds, these key rounds, to go well for them right now. And the fact that they're constantly losing, making life hard on themselves, giving up entry frags, that's not going to bode well here for the North American team.
Got 2 on quad. And the only 2 on the A bomb site is RPK and co. Just get apps control again. Apps control is so important on a map like Inferno. Gives you another way to head towards that A bomb site. If you have players going towards quad, they jump around and flank from behind. But Skadoodle now the last line of the defense on the A bomb site. But fortunately, someone has rotated around for the Americans. But he is flashed, and it's a guessing game here for Cloud9. They're not sure. Are they going to go back towards B, or are they going to stay heading towards A? Nothing thinks they're going to A. So does Skadoodle, and the bomb has been dropped. Maniac all by himself in this 1 versus 3, and he's not going to be able to do it. And that was a great round from Skadoodle.
Yeah, Skadoodle in particular, those 3 kills, that's what the power of the op is. I mean, basically holding that position, it's like God, man, the finger right there. He's just like, Pep, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. And just easy play there. Now Titan, they're going to regret taking it so lightly when they had the SMGs. Because they would have liked to have a little bit more money, a little bit more of a cushion to work with here. They lose a round, and now they nearly spend all of their money just getting re-equipped again. They could have had a little bit more room for error. Just a little thing to point out. I mean, they still have money to buy in this round, and that's the important bit. Cloud9 as well, so this is a very even round. And this is the important key round right now for Cloud9, essentially. They need to win this round to keep going, to keep pushing Titan back. They cannot give up yet. It is still very much possible for them to run it back. Only 5 rounds separate these teams. 12 rounds for Titan, 7 for Cloud9.
Freakazoid going towards B. And one thing to note here, look at how aggressive Cloud9 have gone down Banana. They're not giving Titan any breathing space on that side of the map. It probably allows them to put 1 person at tree, but no, they're going to fall back. Because normally when you see CTs get control of Banana, they put a smoke down, push someone towards tree or just towards the bottom of Banana, and rotate an extra man over towards the A bomb site to solidify that other bomb site. But one thing to note here is that the bomb has been left at the bottom of mid, and Titan are going to be going to pick it up and heading towards Banana.
Yeah, it's going to be B time, perhaps. They have triple Molotov. They can completely firebomb this site. This means new boxes, second oranges, and oranges. This could be, you know, the burning ring of fire. Love to see that strategy is back. I mean, it's going to be big action on that B site, but looks like so far the defense is holding solid. The push begins here for Titan. They're trying to flash their way in, and Skadoodle gets completely overwhelmed. The Molotov is down for Cloud9. That buys a little bit of time for the rotation to come through. Existence with the lurk, not going to get anything, but RPK clears out Freakazoid, and he was the last line of defense on that site. Sean Gare is now just trying to get lucky through the smoke.
Yeah, they've got these M4s. Sean Gers is going to fall back, though. Nothing as well falling back from Banana. They've decided, look, we're not going to try and retake this B-bomb site. We're going to give away the round and try to save these weapons. And again, CT side so expensive. And Existence, I was surprised with how easily they allowed him to go towards CT spawn. Fortunately, they were hot on his tail and he didn't capitalize. If he'd have picked off the rotators, Cloud9 probably wouldn't even be saving onto these weapons.
Yeah, but the one thing there is that if Skadoodle picks up even 1 kill, that could change everything. From the force pushing up onto that site, the Molotov was there. They had committed to it, but if he can get 1 kill, he probably falls back, and then, you know, just falling back from there. So we see this big round from Ska where he gets 3. And then the follow-up is just, we don't really see anything from him. So big opportunity there missed. Cloud9, of course, they have to back up. They realize they just have so little room for error right now. They do manage to get a fairly respectable buy out of this, having saved 3 rifles. So they do have 1 man, that's Ska, who's going to be on that 5.7. Not that much of a downgrade for him. We have seen him just wreck people with it. So he's still very much a dangerous man with that pistol. The rest of his teammates, 4 rifles. So 13-7 the score, and Titan, they're going to be grinning about picking up a round. They are 3 rounds away from locking down this map.
Yeah, and again, it's not the end of the world for Skadoodle, especially if one of these Titan players falls and they pick up an AK-47 and give it to him. He's more than capable of getting frags with it, but at the moment, Titan, they're being forced into playing a slow game. Cloud9 putting these smokes down, and Titan, obviously, they just can't peek through them.
And Titan with control of top B now. They're going for a bit of the screamy stuff. I love it. Now, Sean Gares attempts to go for the spray. He's going to fall back, playing it safe. It's Freakazoid now. Commits with that Molotov and beats Apex straight up mono and mono. That was a fantastic duel and a key round, a key frag for the round right there. The fact that Freakazoid wins versus Apex is big. Apex continuing to do work for Titan. And that's Kenny. Wasn't that Kenny in the boiler?
I believe it may have been. But the issue here is that Cloud9 have actually spotted it, hence why they've rotated someone closer to CT spawn, just in case they need to be on the fast rotation. And Cloud9, as soon as they spot Maniac, which they most certainly will, they're going to know that it's going to be an attack onto A as Cloud9 come in. Titan looking to get the bomb down, but it's Existence, the in-game leader, all by himself. He's got him 2 already, looking for 4. Existence with the headshot. The smoke goes down. He spotted Sean earlier on. He's going to try and cut him off now. And as the buttons get pressed, it's now mind games between Sean and Existence. Smoke going out as well, renewing that wall of smoke. Existence says, you're not going to be able to get me. But Sean says, you know what, Existence? I can still see through the side of the smoke. It wasn't ideal. Defuse comes in. And Cloud9, they live to fight another day.
Sean Gares ends him, and that is a key frag. And Apex is looking a little concerned there as well. You know, that was definitely winnable for Existence. So turning it into a 1v1, I mean, incredible action there by Existence. And that just goes to show that Existence's personal level is also increasing. Now you can actually count on him in situations like this where he cannot actually turn it around. So the fact that he brings that back makes it so incredibly expensive for Cloud9. Once again, Cloud9, FAMAS, 5-7, they have no money. And Titan neither. This is such an important round. Again here, 22 rounds in. Cloud9 on 8, and now we go into it where the winner of this round could force the other team into a double eco scenario.
That'll be ideal for either of the teams. Sean trying to stop that, but Freakazoid is still here on this B bomb site with his beloved AK-47, spraying on the last one, but Kenny S is the man to terminate his existence on the site. And now nothing, Shroud and Skadoodle. This is going to be a tough retake. Skadoodle only with the 5-7.
And a single smoke, they need some flashes, they need something, and that Molotov is not going to help Ska. He has to kind of dance here on the edge. The other 2 players moving around through smoke, but again, they have to go running right through it, and they fully commit. RPK there to greet Skadoodle, gets slapped down, and now it's going to be nothing. Manages to find a way through. He knows that Maniac is waiting behind new boxes, but time is running out. It's completely ticked away. He's lost his gun! Oh, this is awkward. And does he keep them long enough for the bomb to go up and take them with him? No. Oh, they managed to survive both of them. Insult to injury there. At that point, nothing turns around and commits to just trying to take a couple of them with him. He knows that they're low, but he can't quite pull it off. And now Titan 2 rounds away from securing this map, and it's looking incredibly grim for Cloud9. Look at the state of their economy. This is the issue. Whoever lost that round was going to be in the sticks. They were going to be broke. So we see Cloud9, they're actually going for the overtime as well. They don't fully commit and force buy here in this round. They just upgrade a couple of pistols. Yeah, they're going to give Titan match point most likely and then fight to take the game to overtime. But Apex says, I don't want to go to overtime. I want to end things now. Shroud with the P250. He spotted someone at the bottom of mid, but again, it's a very, very, very steep hill for Cloud9 to try and climb. And the AKs just reign supreme over the pistols. Yeah, I mean, it's to the point where Maniac doesn't even need to see them to get the kills. Now Cloud9, I mean, they just look dazed. They look shell-shocked. And this is definitely, I mean, they've shown good matches. They have pushed teams, but at the same time, not being able to get the wins on a team with such high expectations as well after the roster change Skadoodle recently picked up is a really rough time for them. Apex is going to find Freakazoid, who just relentlessly pushes forward, and there we go, Sean! And nothing. It's the double push down Banana, and it works marvelously. They manage to trade up, get 2 kills to return. They're not done yet, Cloud9. They are fighting. And it's a 3-on-4 scenario now. Sean and Nothing having taken some damage. No more smokes, however. And it's a minute 15 left in this round. That is a long time to go without being able to block off these choke points and force Titan to make some difficult decisions. Yeah, they're fighting, they're hungry, they want to keep themselves in this game and fight on here at the Gfinity Spring Masters in the groups. Kenny S, though, with the bomb, interestingly enough, alone on Banana. So we very well... Let's see what Titan are going to do here. It's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. What I like for them is that they've still got a heck of a load of nades to work with. They've got 2 smokes. If they do creep up and join Kenny S here at the top of Banana, smoke off CT, smoke off Coils, use the skybox with that Molotov to clear out Freakazoid, where he sometimes plays at new boxes.
and then mount the attack. But look, it's the man in form. It's Jordan playing on this B bomb site, and let's see whether he can stop this rush coming in.
It's going to be a tough call for him. He's got that flash into pool. They should be turning away from that. However, he takes that fight straight up. Kenny getting tagged down low. Nothing still alive. And the smoke goes up, and now he's on the wrong side of it. He steps through, however, and takes a kill. 1-for-1 trade, maintaining the man advantage for his team. Jean-Guerre is there to deny the plant. 9 seconds left, and now an impossible situation. There should be no time left to be able to get this bomb plant down, and it's going to be RPK standing toe-to-toe. Takes another one with him. Shroud will live, and that means the round for Cloud9. But RPK, merciless. 4 kills for him. 25 frags total. And RPK and Apex right now just dominant on this map. Look at that, top of the scoreboard by a fair margin. Not a single person past the 20 frag mark for Cloud9 right now. It is a real tough situation for them.
Yeah, RPK punishing them, says, you're not going to let me win the round, so what? I'm going to make sure you don't save your weapons. And that's why Cloud9, they've got a scout on Skadoodle, a FAMAS, but it's not even going to matter when Apex plays as good as this. They run straight into his crosshair, exploding on Banana. And is this going to be the end for the Cloud9 dream? Retreating is what Titan are doing. But they are going to leave Maniac here to be a nuisance, lurk around, make a bit of noise to try and maybe sell a B fake later on.
Yeah, exactly. They don't realize how quickly Cloud9 were rotating towards that B site. Cloud9 thought that this was it. This was going to be the end of this map, the end of the round, because Titan, they were putting so much pressure there at the beginning with the double kill like that. Apex, man, he just completely did work. But again, true Titan style, right? Probably any other team would have pushed up behind a double kill. They'd have just gone like, okay, that's 90% sure that site is clear. If not, it's only one guy we have to deal with. We'll probably kill him too. Get control of the site. But Titan in true, existence style, they just slow right down again. They don't take any risks. They don't risk running into a mow down like a triple spray or anything of the sort. They set it up so that they can control the situation. So it will be that single man holding on the site. And Jean-Guerre's, and he wasn't there for long. Maniac, it doesn't get much easier than that. Free kill for him, and he's going to already be infiltrating CT. This is perfect.
And now Skadoodle with only the scout, and you can only put your hands together and pray for him to maybe get some exit frags, but the exit frags ain't even going to matter if they lose the game. And Titan, how well did they do to bring it back? Considering, was it 6-2 down at one point?
That's just an incredible comeback on their CT side to turn it into 9-6. Apex is like, that's how we do, boy. They're right now. Maniac's just like, well, that's what happens when you screw your head on Apex. You get the kills, you focus. Maybe he had enough time to DM as well. I hear that Apex is also very reliant on his deathmatch to get warmed up, get his eye in. If he doesn't get it, he struggles. So probably had a good bit of time to warm up. I think he was actually over in the warm-up room before these matches during the downtime. So yeah, Apex putting in the work, and you see the result right there. Top frags on the map, just demolishes the North American team. He had the help of RPK as well. And RPK, you just gotta love RPK. Apex, it's like explosive rounds, right? He's just picking people off, mechanical. RPK, it's like the silent killer. He's just he's like this fart in an elevator. He's just there, and you die, and you never know what hit you. It's just, I don't even know where I'm going with that one. But RPK also with double kill, like that, managing to be second on the scoreboard as far as Titan is concerned, that's also just incredibly important for Titan because they need RPK to step up. We've been waiting for months now for him to actually step up and fill that role that was Cali's role essentially before the debacle.
Yeah, and one thing about Titan is they have so much